If you would, Rebel, I think the drivers would like to know a little bit about your story and tell us about your name, Rebel.
Several years ago, I was raised at Fairfield, Illinois, where I'm at now. I moved to Wayne City. And several of my friends here in Fairfield, Illinois used to have CB base stations, and it was like a coffee club. Every morning at 5 o'clock, they'd always get on there and talk to each other and let them know what their day would consist of and stuff like this. And they'd say, "Carl, you need to get a base station where you can talk to us and everything." I told them, I said, "Well, hell, fellas, I don't know anything about CB radio or anything like this." And they said, "Well, if you get you one, all you'd have to do is listen to the driver and you pick up on the lingo pretty quick." I said, "No, I don't think I'm interested in doing something like that. I wouldn't know what to say or anything like that." Well, about 3 or 4 days later, I had two cars pull up my driveway. And it was my friends, and they bought me a base station and an antenna and set up for me. And they said, "We want you turned on channel 19 and just listen to the drivers. And when you feel comfortable, start talking to them and see what you get out of them. And then you can start talking to us on our channel." So I listened to the drivers. One day, this group of drivers, they come through every day, and they was called the Good Time Gang. And I heard them chit-chatting out there, out in the distance. And when I thought they was close enough, I hollered, "Break for a radio check." They said, "You sound pretty good, little buddy. Where you at?" And I said, "I'm just off the 110 exit here at Mill Shows." And I said, "I just got this radio and just wondering how it sounds." And they said, "Boy, that thing sure does sound good." And they wanted to know what kind it was, and I told them. And they said, "What's your handle?" I was so green, I didn't even know what that meant. And I said, "What do you mean, a handle?" They keyed up, and I heard them laugh, and boy, I was really embarrassed, But anyway, they told me, they said, "Well, that's your nickname, what you have to talk with when you're on the CB." I said, "Well, I don't have no handle." They said, "Well, could you tell us a little bit about your story, about your life?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "For 8 years, I hitchhiked mostly down south and southwest and everything, because I wanted to see the country." And I said, "There's a lot of beautiful country out there, and people very seldom get out of their own hometown to see what it's like, and I was adventurous, and I just wanted to get out there and see what the country is like." And so they got talking among themselves, and one driver told the other, said, "Well, that sounds like a rebel to me." And the rest of them said, "Yeah, it does. Somebody taking off on their own, doing something most people would never do." So they give me the handle, the Rebel, and it's been with me ever since the early 70s.